So I'm Mauko. Nice to meet you. I'm working for the French government's digital innovation service. So basically, what we try to do is to identify public servants and give them total autonomy to identify a problem of public policy, and give them 6 months to recruit people from the private and try to solve the problem the way they think is the best way to do it. And so some examples, what we're doing is an application that with big data tries to identify companies that are going to have problems, or we're building the national registry of public transportation data. And other thing that we've been doing is something that we call OpenFisca. And OpenFisca is both a calculation engine and a way to an API to modelize rules, prescriptive rules from governments. So the project started in 2011 as a software to do more like micro simulation. That means to inject massive amounts of data and try to calculate how much a new law is going to cost to the state, or what are the distribute impacts of that law. And then it moved more as a way of actually describing law. So we created an API to describe the different rules of government in Python. So for example, this is an example of an imaginary country that has some basic income. And now OpenFisca, what allows to do is to describe this rule in the way of a formula with Python, and at the same time to calculate what's going to be the impact for one personal situation, or to 5,000 or 50,000 families. Okay, OpenFisca, well, it's an open source software and open source community. It's being used in France, but now also internationally, especially in New South Wales and New Zealand. So we're super happy. So it started in France, but it's becoming more like an international digital common. So, and there are also other countries and cities that have been using it. So if you can go and check all the code and all the people that's been participating in github.com. So I gave you the link. So basically, the two things that we're trying to aim for with OpenFisca is, one, to have a way to give different governments and in innovation teams a way to describe and create new products based on rules, on government rules, and also a way of creating new rules, because that's being done as in many countries in a very obscure way with code that is really close, and that does not allow citizens to know how laws are being applied, or how social benefits are being so eligibility is being decided. So two examples of things that have been done with OpenFisca. So this portal Meset, which is a simulator that tries to help an individual identify if he's eligible to 27 or 27 national French social aids. So the site is here. It's in French. I'm sorry, there's no English version. So you give some data from basic income and family situation, and based on the codified rules for the French system, it's going to identify if that person is eligible or not to social benefits. And the second thing that we're trying to do is more like population-based, is Lex Impact, which the idea is to take some specific rules of government and try to see how it's going to change if we modify it. So if we do a reform of the tax benefit system. So this is an example of income tax, and we have different brackets. And if I change, for example, some brackets, it's gonna tell me for different six hypothetical people how it's going to affect. 4 seconds, I'm sorry. Oh, well, almost. Oh, it didn't change. Okay, well, anyway. No. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Well, it didn't work, but basically it's trying to see how it. Okay, so then you said So it's going to calculate the impact of a reform in the tax benefit system in real time. And so now we're working to do the same thing, but with massive amounts of data. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mauko. I really appreciate it. Feel free to post any presentations, links, any of the presenters' email addresses. Feel free to put them in the notes document if you want people to have the opportunity to follow up with you.